Check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The number of perfection. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DJ Def back again with another reaction. So, guys, we have another interesting topic for us to discuss today. Apparently, the name of this particular video, before I get to there, shout out to my Instagram and the followers that sent me this particular video. If you're not following your boy on Instagram yet, be sure to follow me in the link of the description below. It will send you straight to Instagram, and all you have to do is press follow, and that's it. Hop back onto this video. However, the content creators, the name of the channel is Manosphere Highlights Daily. Never heard of them before. I have seen a video thus far to see what we're getting into. And so the title of this video is Women Explain Why Men Don't Approach Women. Apparently this is a highlight compilation of various of women giving their point of views of this current situation of why men do not approach women. I like to get their point of view on it. I hope you guys do as well. Without further ado, let's take some action.
And I think basically I like to be approached by guys, and I think that a lot of guys in Los Angeles don't do that.
I think LA men are used to women approaching them. I have noticed that the girls out here, I mean, I've never noticed it before because I can't compare it in New York, but, you know, they do go after what they want. A lot of women know what they want here.
Women have become really less approachable. A man's really not clear if a woman is interested. And that's a problem. Because as a man, to walk across the room to talk to a woman and be rejected, I mean, who likes to be rejected? That's a really tough thing.
All right, so before they get even deeper, yes, men do not like to get rejected, especially with the way women reject us today. It is so egregious, and there's a reason why we as men already have to approach you, and then the way that you approach us by disrespecting us, all we ask is just give us the courtesy of respect and empathy at the end of the day. If you're going to be that crazy of a person to just completely disrespect us, you wonder why men don't want to shoot their shot with you. But let's continue.
So in today's video, we want to talk about why men are becoming more and more hesitant to approach women. And naturally, there could be these reasons, such as perhaps he's shy or he has a fear of rejection, which is perfectly normal. But we wanted to cover the growing trend of false allegations, false accusations of sexual assault, that men just perhaps don't feel that it's worth the risk to approach a woman, ask her out because of this increasing trend that we're seeing.
Because
right now.
More and more you're seeing that, for example, if a man touches a woman's hand or maybe just cold approaches her and asks her on a date, it's harassment, I'm being harassed. Just kind of a very unjust accusation to say I'm being harassed. Obviously, if the man's asked her 10 times and she said, no, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, please leave me alone, and he keeps doing it, then that's when you get into harassment. But like the first time they come up and ask, or even another time, because some women like to be chased, all of this is just being wiped away because of this ever-growing trend. Also,
okay, guys, so she's laying it out on the table. This is a ever-growing trend that we as men don't see being demolished anytime soon. These women love to just they dress in these ways of showing the skin, getting the plastic surgery, all of these things. Even if you're naturally gifted to look stunning, you're going to have men that comes to you. And when you do have men come to you, you just completely disregard them like they don't even exist. And that is why we don't speak to women. That's why. Now, she gave a great point where if a guy is, reaching out to her, asking her 10, 15 times. Obviously, she's saying no, so that's harassment. I get it. If he's catcalling, I understand that. You have every right to walk the other way. If not, backslap him if you need to. But if he's coming as a gentleman, he's well dressed, he got his glasses on, his little jean jacket, and he approaches a woman however he wants to approach you, but it is respectful, and he's being a gentleman, why should you intervene and be disrespectful to him? Why? Just don't understand.
I think on the flip side, times have changed. Okay, when me and my sister have only an 8-year age gap, but when she was in college, she never bought a drink at a bar. Guys would always buy her drinks. And whenever I was in college, that was not the case. And it wasn't just me. I talked to some people, and it was not like that every single night, or even half the nights, or even a fourth of the nights. I really do think times have changed and things becoming more equal. And not everyone loves that. We have our more traditional folks that want the men to kind of be their pursuer, the chaser, the one that initiates the asking out and going out on dates and things like that. But I think you have to consider how far we've come in women's rights, where we should stop assuming that's how this world works.
Why men...
Women has been fighting for equality for a minute. You've asked for it. Here it is. And some of you women are starting to find out how tough it is for a man to approach a woman, what it's like to be a man now. Back in the day, in the traditional stance, you had a man, obviously. He had the most money. He was out there getting the tough jobs. You know, the risk assessment versus the pay, all those things. Got the college degree while the woman was kind of more at home. Likewise, you had the man take all that money, court the woman, take her out for a nice meal, and move on to seeing if she was the right one for him, evaluating all of the circumstances. Now you don't have that. You have the women that's been fighting for the wanting to be alpha male and independent, which kind of caused chivalry to die. I don't think it's dead completely, but it's dying because of what these women want. They don't want the negative side of it. They only want the positive side. But this is what you asked for at the end of the day. We gave it to you. So now maybe you women have to approach us as men now. Not necessarily, but this is where we at now.
May not approach you is because you do not smile.
That you are not smiling. You literally will not bust a smile to save your life.
Smiling. People want to be with people that are happy, easygoing. And if they see you just easygoing, smiling, having a good time, that's automatically more attractive to pretty much anyone, I feel like.
You look so serious and you're always frowning. And if you have a natural resting BH face, like I do, I'm naturally like serious looking. If you have a natural serious looking, try to break the up a little bit when you're out.
Try to smile, and I know you may have a lot of things to do, but try your hardest to not wear that on your face, even when you're irritated. Now we have the occasional moment, but try to stay cognizant and look like you want to be talked to.
Eye contact.
Guys, you hear it, smile. And that's another reason why us as men do not approach women, because we can see from a mile away from a 10-foot pole. In the demonstration that she was showing with that straight face, mean mugging, we see it from a mile away, so we already know rejection is coming. It's not even worth our time of day. Move on and find another woman to try to shoot your shot with. So yes, smiling goes on both ways. A guy see that from a mile away, he's not approaching you. He's not. But at the same time, if you are the guy to approach the woman, smile. If you understand what I'm saying.
Make eye contact.
You avoid eye contact. We've always kind of had this thing in our head as women, like not to let the guy see us looking. Oh, like, you know, you don't want him to see you looking. But I will tell you right now that that is the wrong thing to do. You want to actually make eye contact with the guy that you're interested in.
They will approach you if they think they have a shot. So if you are kind of scanning around the room, making eye contact with someone you find attractive or that you're kind of interested in, and they hold that eye contact back, that is going to probably lure them in a little bit more than if you just were not scanning the room, weren't interested.
You're always
Big facts. Big facts. If you are in the club, the mall, I don't care if you're at a Starbucks. If you have an eye-to-eye contact with a woman, shoot your shot right away. Don't hesitate. Don't overthink, guys. Just walk to her, lure her in, and say what you have to say. Because if she is having eye contact with you for an extended period of time of at least 5 to 7 seconds, y'all just, that may be too long. But if it's there, y'all both looking at each other, clearly she finds you attractive somewhat. No woman just looks at a man. No woman just does that. So if she does that, walk your behind on over there and shoot your shot. That's how you become better at approaching women. And don't forget, eye contact like they say, and smile.
preoccupied.
It's because you look so busy.
You are distracted. And what I mean by that is you're constantly on your phone. You're constantly checking your phone. Maybe you have your laptop and you're just so enamored in what you're looking at. So you want to be mindful that you're being present. Wherever you are, be present. We're in an age where you can be at a restaurant and see everybody like this, just looking at their phones.
Facts. Big facts.
We have to give the guy some leeway. So kind of, if you look disinterested or if you look bored or if someone does approach you and you're not interested, there's a way to turn someone down without being disrespectful or rude. And that's one thing that I had to learn in my older days. When I was young, I was so rude. Every guy would say to me, Greenie is rude. And that was like my defense mechanism.
Maybe you're out and you're with a ton of girlfriends.
Is because you hang out in groups too much.
To go out in smaller groups. Anytime I went out with your 3 or more girlfriends, I rarely ever got approached. And I think that is more of an intimidation factor and also not wanting to ruin a good time. Like obviously.
Look, guys, before they continue on this is one of the women. I'm speaking to you. This is one of the most hardest things a man has to do. One of the hardest things a man has to do. He has to walk in a lion's den.
There you go. You can do it. Stick with me.
And approach 3, 4, 5 different women. And it's always that one woman that loves cock blocking. Just get away.
Seriously, what the fuck are you doing?
And I'm just be like, what is going on here? Move out the way and get in the corner. I'm trying to talk to this fine young lady right here.
My nigga.
But this is what women do. So it's like if we approach the woman's group and we try to shoot our shot with that woman, it's now the women feel like, oh, well, I must be ugly then. Oh, that's how you feel. So if a man, guys, look, for you as men, if you're going to approach, if there's a woman that you see, I know this is going to be hard. This is one of the hardest decisions you ever going to have to make in your life. But if you see a woman, a stunning woman that you probably ain't going to never see, shoot your shot, man. But first, interact with all of them. Make all of them feel comfortable. Try to get all of their names. Speak with each and every last one of them. And then that's when you lure that one woman in that you really want to speak with. And if you can move her over to the side, have a nice little drink, simple conversation, do that. But you have to remain focused, get off your phone like they said, and zoom in. But keep all of the women in the circle. Speak with all of them. Because the last thing you want is you go straight head on to the woman that you like and you just disregard all of the other women. Now you make them feel some type of way, and the cock blocker, she's coming after you with vengeance. So interact with all of them and you'll be okay. If you know what I mean. Let's keep
you were
going.
out with your girlfriends to be with them. So I could see guys not coming up to you for that fact. And so I would say go out in pairs.
Because every girl group that has that one friend that will basically cock block you, okay? That one friend that'll be like, no, my friend's not talking to you, sorry. There's always that one woman that is the enemy of progress. She's like the protector of the pack. She's not trying to let any of her girls be talked to that night. She has her place, but it's not every day, sis. I need to get me a man. I'm gonna need you to not be my bodyguard for one day, okay?
You may be over or underdoing it.
The lack of effort in how you dress.
You look overdone all the time.
In no way am I trying to tell you that you have to dress a certain way, because as women, society likes to tell us how we have to dress. I'm not trying to tell you that you have to show skin. I'm not trying to tell you that you have to be, a size 2 or anything, but if you put lack of effort in how you dress, it will show.
Now, if your weekly routine or uniform is flip-flops, mom jeans, and a holy sweatshirt with your hair pulled back, let's just, you're underdoing it, okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with dressing down. Many men find that extremely attractive. A woman that's able to dress down but still have an air of confidence and still look good, it's very attractive to men. And if you do want to dress down, here are some things to remember. Make sure your clothes fit. If they are too big or too small, it reads sloppy. You can do little things even when you're dressing down that say, I care.
Okay. All right. That was a good point at the end. Wearing clothes that fit. You put it on and it looks fitting to your body size. It tells women that you care. Okay? It tells women that you do care about the way you look. Me personally, everywhere I go, I try to make sure that I have the right type of apparel on, because you never know who you might run into. You'll be surprised. I've met different people in my lifetime, and it was sometimes because of the apparel that I had, and I impressed them. So I highly advise, if you're going to walk out the door, at least look decent. Don't have all these do-rags on, the whole head caps and scarves and all that. That's too much. Leave that in the house, okay? Leave that in the house, because you never know if you see a woman and you're trying to approach her. Now you're looking at yourself and you're like, dang, I'm not even well dressed or at least decent looking to present myself to her. There's no way she's gonna fall for me. So dress decent enough. Now, women, I gotta get back on that group thing real quick. If you're gonna go out with your women, go out in a smaller group. If not, just sometimes go out by yourself, because it makes it a lot easier for us as men to approach you. And then that way we can start a conversation and move forward from there. But when you're amongst a group and you have those laughing hyenas out there trying to bite and cock block, and I'm not talking about all women in all groups, but some of these women out here, they just there to give you a bad time. And us as men, a bad time. So beware of those kind of women and interact with all of them. I cannot stress that enough. That is your video. That is your reaction. Any questions and any comments that you may have, link of the description below. Be sure to give this a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It will be a great help for me and my YouTube channel. Until next time, can't forget, stay determined, be effective, and have the fortitude to go through anything no matter what. If you take action, You have to duplicate the information that you have been informed on. If you do that, you will have no problem trying to get to where you need to be at and ultimately succeed in life. Until next time, peace!